استمع إلى هذه القصة حتى النهاية لتحسين مهارات الاستماع والمفردات والنطق والخيال باللغة الإنجليزية، كما ستتعلم جملا مفيدا بمستوى متوسط بطريقة طبيعية من خلال القصة. يلا نبدأ. The little man in the snow. Margaret Ellis was 72 years old and lived alone in a tiny cottage beside the woods. She cleaned rooms at the village hotel every day because she was poor and had nobody to help her. One freezing winter evening, Margaret walked home carrying 2 heavy bags filled with old bread and vegetables from the hotel kitchen. Snow fell softly around her while the wind howled through the dark trees. Suddenly, she heard crying. Margaret stopped and looked around nervously. Under a large tree, she saw a tiny creature shaking from the cold. It looked like a little old man with pointed ears and silver hair. "Please help me," the creature whispered. Margaret felt sorry for him immediately. She wrapped him in her scarf and carried him home. "My name is Thistle," the little elf said politely while drinking hot soup beside the fire. For the first time in years, Margaret did not feel lonely. The next morning, she woke up and found the cottage perfectly clean. Fresh bread sat beside the fireplace. "I wanted to thank you," Thistle said with a smile. Days passed and the elf stayed with her. At first, he seemed sweet and kind. He cooked for her, cleaned the cottage, and told magical stories late at night. But slowly, strange things began happening. Margaret started hearing whispers downstairs during the night. Sometimes muddy footprints appeared around the cottage, even though the doors were locked. One morning, Margaret found long scratches across her bedroom door. "What caused this?" she asked nervously. Thistle smiled strangely. "Old houses make strange noises," he whispered. Then the nightmares began. Every night she dreamed about dark forests and tiny voices calling her name. One night, Margaret stayed awake. Near midnight, she quietly walked downstairs. And there, in the darkness, she saw Thistle, standing with dozens of shadowy creatures. Their silver eyes glowed in the dark. Margaret gasped in horror. Every creature slowly turned toward her. The next morning, Margaret Ellis disappeared. The villagers searched the woods for weeks, but they never found her. The end.